all. Okay. You want to like push this model to Maya for retopoing, right? So let's do first thing first. Let me check the lowest division. Just F. Okay. So I'll go sub tool master all low. I'll convert everything into lowest division and let's see. Okay. This is something Maya can handle. So you want to keep everything separate, like all the subtools separate, and uh, and then you want to push it to Maya and for retopoing, right? This is what you asked. So that is something can be done very easily. There are like few parts. If you push it to like lowest division, all low, like everything to lowest division, you can just simply export this. You can just simply export this very easily, or like right now, let's say the body is fine. Make sure before exporting, convert this into one single solid polygroup. So easier because right now you can see your polygon count is not way too high. This is something can be managed, except there are few parts like these things is like way too high. This is also way too high. So this is also way too high. So these things you have to decimate. So suppose this is my model. I want to transfer it to Maya. So what I'll do is I'll select one part, decimate it, keep it like this, all low, and this is don't save. Like open a separate file and do not save that file. Just decimate it. Pre-process, decimate, reduce the file, then reduce all the polygons. Like don't Z-remesh, decimate it. It will reduce the poly count to like by 90%. Computing done. Then 10, you can use 20%, 10%, whatever suits you. Like if you want to reduce it to 10%, you can do that as well. Current. So this is your. You say it was 900, now it's only 10% of it. So similarly, the process current decimation basically retains the shape. It retains the entire shape without changing anything. It's trying to keep almost all the shape, undulation, or surface detail and everything. So once you decimate all your parts, uh, decimate all your parts, what you have to do is let's show that decimate this also. So once you decimate everything nicely and make sure everything in all low, then what you can do is there are two things you can do. You can just simply click on uh, where is it? Merge. There is an option called merge visible. If you click on this, it will create a separate file here. Then you just click on that file, this one merge visible, and it will merge all the parts together, and whatever polygroups you can see, there will be a separate mesh all together in Maya. So if you don't want this to separate, what you have to do is hide this, or like if you decimate this thing, you can see it will be automatically one single polygroup, which will become easy for you. Decimate, then combine everything, and one part is one polygroup. You see, the slime is separate, tongue is separate, everything is separate, your eyes are separate. Then simply export this entire mesh as your merged model. So let's, uh, just give me a second. I'll just hide it. So it's way too high poly and it will crash my system. There's a possibility. So I'll go, what I'll do is geometry. Those sections I'm just simply deleting so that I can export it very easily. Delete hidden, delete, then Control Shift, hide, hide, because I want to combine this section. Okay. This thing also to use. Invert, Control W. Control W. Now have solid one poly group. Unhide all. Similarly, this is also going to hide poly. Hide it, hide it. Like hide everything, delete your all these things, delete hidden. Like keep it like really low poly. Like if you decimate it, this if you see decimate this, it will reduce all the poly count very easily. Right now it's 3.7 poly count, reduce it down to around 1 million or something, and then export the entire mesh. Export desktop OBJ. Like 1 million, 1.5 million something, Maya will handle very easily without crashing. Again, depend upon the system configuration. If the system can handle this, it will system definitely will definitely handle 1 million or something. But the quality will be no, like decimated model is just for retopo. It's not your final model. It's not. It's for retopoing. Retopo model for retopo model you don't need surface detail, you don't need anything, right? So like you, because you will be generating a displacement map from your high poly for rendering, then open your Maya. So one thing you have to keep in mind, whichever part you want to keep together like single solid geometry, it should have, it should share one single poly group, and rest of the things like keep everything separate polygroups so that you have separate mesh. Select this. It says around 200 something GB. So you can see it's imported here. If you click on the body, the entire body was one single poly group, so it can select. It is a single solid geometry. Then for this spider, you see there's a two separate poly groups, so that's why it should have converted this into one poly group. One poly group, and these two these were like same poly groups, so same together. If you want to split, you can split it together. Tongue, you're just flying, teeth, you see, all flying, everything separate. Then retopo it and then use it. If you don't need anything, delete it. Now you can start retopoing this very easily. And before like texturing, do not move your file. One thing you need to keep in mind, like open this, it's under this grid level, no need to worry. Keep it like this until unless your texturing is finished, because you have to bake your normal other things for substance. So no, if you move it from here, your high poly and low poly will mismatch placement and it won't bake properly. So you have to make sure do not move and modify anything. Retopo it, then unwrap it, texture it. Once you're done with your unwrapping and texturing, select your model, control group, like group it, and move it above the grid. Like ideally, all models should be above grid, not under grid until and unless it's an underground scene or something. So place it like this. So once you're done with the texturing, place it like this. Then start your materials texture, your displacement, rendering, lighting, and everything. Okay. And I have another class. How many tries should I use for low poly for my model with all its assets? It's around like you can like body you can keep around like 60, 70,000, like 60, 70,000, like around try to keep your entire model with all accessories and everything within 2 lakh tries. Within 2 lakh tries, so that will be like good enough for this. And still like 2 lakh is like maximum extent. Try to keep it in budget, tight budget, and make sure whenever you're creating a low poly, press 3 and check it retains the shape. It's not deforming because you have to subdivide your model. So make sure you check with subdivision level with pressing by pressing 3. Check like it's not deforming. The deformation you have to check and then create, and if required, based on that you can add loops or supporting edges to hold the shape. Okay. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have another class. I'll create this thing. I guess Sanjana also sent me a file, so I'll discuss that tomorrow. Yeah. So discuss that tomorrow, and I have a class. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Try this thing out. If you have any doubt, anything, please get it cleared. Like this will help you in your environment, your everything, because whatever, because final output matters a lot. So rendering is a very important part, and to get a good quality render, either you have to use Unreal or Mamos or something, or for production you have to use Arnold, Octane, or some VDA, some render. So learn this process and render out nice quality out file. It can be character, it can be anything, but like it will help you in future. So make sure learn this properly. Okay, bye bye. My class.